Hello friends, today we're going to talk about microphones. This is the first in my series of a journal of beginner YouTube adventures. I am a YouTube beginner. I've made one video so far. As of now it's gotten about 20 views. Not a big success, but we'll see how it goes. Here I've got a set of microphones that I've collected over the years, and I bought a couple fairly recently. We'll just go through those real quick as the beginning step in what will be a microphone test. So the idea here is to figure out which of the microphones that I have is suitable for YouTube use in different ways, and we'll go through those one by one. So this is from a Voice of Music tape recorder. I've had this since I was a kid. It's about vintage 1963. It's generally nice quality microphone, indestructible. This is one I got somewhere along the way as salvage or junk. So the Shure microphone is often sometimes called the Elvis microphone, just for the cool looks of it. But we're not going to be showing it mainly on YouTube, so that isn't too important to us. This is one I just bought on Amazon. This is a VidPro XML lavalier condenser microphone. I bought this primarily to go with the camera that you're seeing this through as an external microphone, to have a lavalier microphone. But right now you're hearing it through the camera's own sound system. This is a set of kind of computer headphones. Let's look at the model. TE Sports. I'll put links to all these things in the description if you want to pursue them, but that's not really why we're here. We're here to find out how these things compare and which one I'm going to use in my future video. This is called the Pop Voice. This one is designed primarily with this, you'll see the 4-conductor plug. This is designed for use with a computer or smartphone. And going back to the other one, this one that goes with the computer headset comes with separate microphone and headphone jacks. I had bought this converter to turn it into a 4-conductor plug that's used by some applications. This is a lavalier mic. I haven't tried it out, don't know anything about it. I got it as e-waste basically from my e-waste source. It's only got 2 pins. It's probably on the low end. The little clip-on is broken. We can live with that if it meets a need. This is a test of the Pop Voice microphone, which has the 4-contact plug that's useful for smartphones. Here you see me recording on my smartphone recording level. We've got the camcorder's own microphone still running, so we'll do a little comparison for that. And as introduction, I'm going to be reading you The Walrus and the Carpenter by Lewis Carroll, which is one of my favorite nonsense poems, and that'll make the audio test a little more exciting. So with that, we'll stop on this and go to the next one. Here I've got the VidPro Professional Lavalier Condenser microphone, as it's called. Just bought this on Amazon for something like 25 bucks, whatever. We'll have descriptions below. But I'm putting this into my smartphone in what they call smartphone mode. It's got a switch on it for that. So now let's start into the Walrus and the Carpenter with this. The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all his might. He did his very best to make the billows smooth and bright. And this was odd because it was the middle of the night. Well, here we are with a Shure microphone. I had some problems with that earlier. I had it on the high impedance setting. Didn't seem to come through very well on the phone, so I went to the low impedance setting. and I'm up right now at about the same distance away from both the camcorder mic and the Shure mic. So our next stanza is, "O oysters, come and walk with us," the walrus did beseech. "A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach." Here's a little e-waste mic I showed you earlier. I found that it has this kind of super mini audio jack on it, and I don't have a converter for that, so we're going to do a real quick and dirty conversion right here in front of you. I don't think that's gonna, this microphone's gonna end up being the love of my life, so I'm just gonna use alligator clips and some other stuff I had, and you will see me do that in high speed starting right now. I did a real quick hookup of this e-waste microphone that I found somewhere. We'll see how the sound quality of it is. I'm holding it in my hand in about the same position as the other lavalier mics. Looks like it's intended to be a lavalier mic. And you can be the judge for yourself of whether that sounds any good. We'll do a little test on that. I forgot where I am in the Walrus and the Carpenter, so I'll just say one of my favorite verses out of the middle of it. "The time has come," the Walrus said, "to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings, and if the sea is boiling hot and whether pigs have wings." Now we start our test with a computer headset. This is kind of a mid-priced headset, nothing too special. So let's give it a try with some more of the Walrus and the Carpenter. "But wait a bit," the oysters cried, "before we have our chat, for some of us are out of breath and all of us are fat." "No hurry," said the Carpenter. They thanked him much for that. "A loaf of bread," the Walrus said, "is what we chiefly need. Pepper and This is a Voice of Music microphone. Right now I'm using it from about 18 inches away. We'll compare that to the camcorder in a bit. "A loaf of bread," the Walrus said, "is what we chiefly need. Pepper and vinegar, besides, are very good indeed. Now, if you're ready, oysters dear, we can begin to feed." We're going to go to probably what's the intended distance of the microphone, a few inches from my mouth. "But not on us," the oysters cried, turning a little blue. "After such kindness, that would be a dismal thing to do." "The night is fine," the Walrus said. "Do you admire the view?" "It was so very kind of you to come, and you are very nice." The Carpenter said nothing but, "Cut us another slice. I wish you were not quite so deaf. I've had to ask you twice." Well, what did you think? Leave us a comment in the section below about your favorite mic choice. Last but not least, let's look at the microphone built into my smartphone, and we'll read another stanza. "Four other oysters followed them, and yet another four, and thick and fast they came at last, and more and more and more, all hopping through the frothy waves and scrambling to the shore." I brought out all the stars of our show for a final bow, except one. This is kind of like a beauty contest where the winner is the last one you hear about. We've got our the Shure microphone. I thought that had good quality as a sort of a studio microphone, which is kind of for a music microphone that it's directed at. Might use it for desk work, voiceovers and that type of thing, but it really doesn't fit the purpose of what I'm trying to do here. The gaming headset microphone did fine. I really thought they all did fine. Didn't have any complaints. One thing I noticed on the VidPro microphone is it had kind of a boomy bass response, which isn't what I'm looking for. The Voice of Music microphone, that also had a good sound, kind of maybe useful for studio or desk type voiceover work, just like the Shure microphone. But the one I ended up choosing that I think I'm going to use for all my major work going forward is the Pop Voice microphone. Basically, I thought all three of the lavalier microphones, including my little humble e-waste microphone, were pretty comparable, except for, as I noted, the boom in the Vid Pro before. So I think the Pop Voice is the overall winner. It's easy to use, don't have to mess with the battery, works well with the smartphone. Kind of an all-around good choice. And I'll probably use that for most of the camcorder. I decided that it wasn't a good idea, for me at least, to put in a microphone directly into the camcorder, and there's a couple reasons for that. One is that it's nice to have the camcorder's own sound as a backup, and for some sort of ambient effects like we talked about earlier of my paper shredder video, the paper shredder sound. Another reason I accidentally demonstrated was as you step away from the camcorder, the nature of the sound and the volume decreases, which is kind of annoying. And my observation as a person who's viewed a lot of YouTube videos, as I'm sure all of you have, is that if the sound quality is basically good, then that's what we're looking for. And when the nature of the sound kind of changes, that's annoying, even if it's, you know, different acoustics, you know, an echoey room as opposed to a silver, quiet room. You know, either one is okay, but changing from one to the other is kind of noticeable. Thanks for your time and interest. Again, I'm new at YouTube. Here comes my assistant gaffer, Polly. Say hello, Polly. You're going to be seeing more of her in other videos. You're not going to say hello? But hey, now that you got in the shot, you got to stay here. You might even get paid extra. Extra cat food. Oh, you're going to bite me, huh? Purr for the microphone, Polly. Okay.